Hello and welcome back, everybody. My name is Darkseid Walker, and we got a very strange build. This one was brought to us by, again, Mercurus, who wanted to design a build that was based around the Chaos Visor. Not necessarily for its effect, because he was trying to do something that looked like a robot. Now, his original build used the Fall Robe. I find that without the limited edition robe to go with it, that becomes a very dangerous proposition. So if I'm not going to do that, especially considering that I am recording this after work and feeling just a little drained, then I'm going to do this with the Avarice robe, as I can always make the excuse of, well, I mean, it is a robot. It's probably pretty good at finding resources scattered around. So yeah, that makes sense. Alright, so we're gonna start with Zeal, and we'll just see what happens. Oh boy, I kinda wish I hadn't done that. Strawberry watermelon sparkling ice. Now, the reason why I said this build seems strange is that I have figured, okay, so he's gonna be using the Chaos Visor. I just assumed that he had a speed of Arcana that were going to work with it. The only thing here that actually works with it is the Bouncing Surge. Nothing else here actually counts as a projectile for purposes of the Chaos Visor. And just because something strikes at range doesn't mean it's a projectile. Could be something along the lines of a ray or a wave, which is more or less what everything else is. That's a ray, that's not a projectile at all, and that's like a wave. And admittedly, I am not a fan of this Dash Arcana. While far from awful, I also find it to be a little awkward to use, because if you're dashing away from your opponent, then there's a good chance that they're not just going to walk into it. And if you're trying to use it aggressively, then you essentially have to dash through them, which of course creates all sorts of interesting little drama. Not to mention, it just doesn't do a lot of damage in the first place. So, not against using this run in general, but definitely running with some things that I normally wouldn't pick. Like, let's go over some things here. Like I'm assuming that Flame Cross and okay, you know what? You can go to hell. Now I'm assuming that the Flame Cross was more or less something devised to act as like a mechanical entity using flamethrowers as weapons. I might have gone with Flame Burst for that. Flame Burst strikes in a wider arc and is a little bit easier to get the job done with. I personally don't know why Searing Rush, but alright, there it is. Like, I can personally think, okay, maybe you wanted to use Searing Rush because Oh, things that I want. Alright. Yeah, we're definitely taking this. But I'm imagining Searing Rush because, you know, they wanted to kind of emphasize like the idea of something that moves really fast and leaves flames in its wake. Which, again, if I were going with something along those lines, it kind of feels like you were trying to emulate Metal Sonic with that particular idea. And were it me, I probably would have just gone with Chaotic Echoes. Oh yeah, that's nice and trashy. Well, that's getting replaced first chance I get, but, you know, use it while I have it. Why does this cost 200? The heal isn't that worthwhile. I think I will take that, because that's going to be useful later. Okay, for some reason, my L button decided that it didn't want to, you know, activate the spell. Don't know how that managed to hit, but alright. Alright, so as of right now, this is a wonky run to say the least. But I'm hoping that the combination of the Avarice Robe and the Dagger of Midas gets some work done. Hey, speaking of Flame Strike. Now, I want to stay as true to the designer's original intention as possible. So I'm going to leave that as where it is. Like, I'm not going to, you know, just alter this into my own thing, because otherwise I would have taken the whole rail like near instantly. Ah, misjudged. But on the point of essentially a mechanical character, what is Piercing Void supposed to represent on a mechanical fighter? Like, are we just big fans of Blaze Blue Calamity Trigger? Like, was that supposed to be New 13? Was that the influence? Like, I'm just really curious as to where that came from. Ooh, I see both a fairy and a wheelbarrow, and I want both. Alright. I don't think I saw much that was going to help out from Iris, so I will be picking up both. The wheelbarrow because obviously you want more damage, and the fairy because shouldn't it be obvious at this point? I suck. Now, I will admit that if we had a decent critical run going with some of these spells, this idea would be working out a lot better. I don't mean to say that to be insulting. I get the feeling that you probably didn't know that the Chaos Visor didn't work with most of these spells. So I'm trying not to be too hard on you, but I mean, if what I'm saying comes off as sounding like dismissive and kind of jerkish, then by all means, let me know. Here we go. Not bad, not bad. Hey, it's Nocturne. Alright. See, right now, though, he would just take Bouncing Surge, and I don't want him to take Bouncing Surge because that's one of the best spells I have, alongside Bouncing Bubble. Ow. Excellent. Alright, so kind of leaving this floor a little injured, but hey, it'll work out somehow, right? I'll grab that too. I mean, yeah, I don't look like a robot anymore, but I can fix that. No, realistically, I just kind of look like a character from Tron at this point. God damn it. What the hell? Thanks a lot, game. That's exactly what I wanted to do there. I feel as though my damage is lacking. Hopefully that helps. Although not as much as I would like, because both of the opponents I'm going up against are going to resist that. Nah. What the hell sound was that? That was my I'm an annoying cat noise. Doesn't have a strong meaning outside of I'm just making noises. Go away. Thank you. Then the other issue that I have with Piercing Void is that it takes a frame or two for it to really get started. Well, it's more than a frame or two, but you get the idea. Now this is speaking as someone who rather likes Piercing Void. Don't get me wrong, I like it. But it does take a little bit to really get started on what it does best. So I need to practice playing a bit more defensively. I need to use it just slightly before I think I should need to use it. And that should basically cover all the bases. Yeah, we'll stick with that, actually. Gives me just a little bit of a buffer zone against against archers and whatnot with bouncing bubble. Which, fortunately, that is a projectile that works with the enhanced critical hit rate. There we go. Not bad. There we go. There's the Flame Cross upgrade, so now that has more range and is a bit more reliable. And there's a part of me that really wants to grab that Raging Inferno, Inferno Crown, whatever it's called. I'm thinking about that one. Especially since Iris seems to be in the I don't want to help you upgrade some of your Arcana mode right now. But also, it's just a little disappointing that both the Wonder Twins and Atlas are here and they both resist my electric attack. Like, that's just not fun. Another fairy. Well, I mean, you know we have to do that. That's just not even an option. We have to adopt another fairy. But first, we just need a little more coin. Don't worry, Aura, I'll have you out of this shop in no time. There you go, that's looking pretty solid. Oh hey, and I can bring this to you because I don't care about that. Sweet, little extra coin. Alright, so that's water and wind. I love it. I love it. My little fairy friends and I are going to go far. By the way, speaking of fairies, someone had mentioned that I could probably use the fairies as emotes for the Discord server. I like that idea, but I don't know a lot about creating digital art, as I had said before. So, the question that I will pose to you, and when I say you, I mean, anyone who's watching. Would you be okay if I were to essentially make the emotes like using what I do know, which is hand drawing? Like, I know pencil and paper very well, and if y'all are okay with that, then I will be. Hold on, I just noticed something. Then I will be happy to get to work on creating designs for what I think the fairies will look like. That's one of the things that's been holding me back, is that because I don't know much about doing art digitally, I've been kind of very slow to work on anything. But if you guys don't mind me finding a way to use what I know, then I'd be plenty happy to use that to design our little Sylvan friends, and they can join us on any of our Wizard of Legend adventures as equals. Okay, Journal of Midas isn't going to help very much as I get hit by every enemy I see. There we go. Now we're starting to make headway. There we go. Very nice. And I've explained this before, but I have practically no experience using a digital art pad to do drawings. On the other hand, I've been practicing using pencil and paper for a huge chunk of my life. That I can damn well guarantee I can do. And yes, I am going to take a chance. Especially since it's going to synergize so well with the other damage boosters I have just by giving me more damage. Nice. I mean, that's kind of useless. I'll pick it up just because it powers up the merchant's cart, but yeah, not really useful. Wow, that was just plain awful. Alright, that was absolutely embarrassing. I never have that much trouble. Oh, holy moly. So surely you've noticed that yesterday and today I'm a little off. And I'll tell you the reasoning for that, which is I've kind of moved my recording time to after work, since I've been trying to kind of rebalance my sleep schedule so that I get enough sleep to tackle my day. What that means, though, is that, you know, I tend to record after work, and that has the noticeable disadvantage of I play tired. So hopefully you guys can forgive a guy for not playing at, you know, absolute peak performance. You've already seen some of the silly mistakes that I've made just because I'm kind of, you know, wavering back and forth here on the precipice of going Nami-by. Which is why I kind of need to remind myself, hey, okay, so I don't have wind and I don't have earth. So if I can get a Wind Arcana, then I can open that. Nice. Yes, now we can see how the combination of the robe, the journal, and the dagger are working out. Hey, we can finally do this. And looks like we can go ahead and open that treasure chest now. We're just going to have to do it a little backwards from the way I thought we were going to. There we go. Lovely. What is gyroscopic inkwell? Using Dash Arcana prevents your signature charge from decaying. Alright. I mean, it's not the most useful thing in the world, but, I mean, it's another relic. Oh yeah, I forgot that I picked that up. Okay, so there we go. Switch that back. Okay, I kind of don't see a reason to upgrade my robe, so I'm not going to. Like, at the moment, it would just be a little bit too much. It would be just a little bit too stressful on my health. So, I mean, I'm just deciding for myself, it's not worth it. I think I am going to pick that up. Which means we now have the maximum bonus from this. And at this point, we can just look for things to replace, probably the Gaia's Shovel and the Gyroscopic Inkwell at this point. But in case you're wondering why I've been holding my lightning javelin so long before throwing it, for some reason I'm thinking that bouncing bubble is on Y and bouncing surge is on L. I don't really have a good reasoning for that. It's, for some reason that's what my brain is telling me. Yes, please go away. Also, I don't 100% know why, but it feels like my controller is more sensitive than normal as well. So, I don't know, that could just be part of me not playing so well. But it just feels like things are a little more sensitive than normal. And there shouldn't be a reason for that. It's just, I don't know, things feel a little off. Though again, that may have something to do with, you know, I'm super tired. But I'm gonna try not to make up too many. I'm trying not to make excuses. I'm just pointing out that, yeah, I am a little tired. Even I can see that I'm not quite playing up to my normal standard. So you'll have to forgive me. But simultaneously, it is also Atlas's realm, and the living courtyards always give me trouble. And why am I still thinking that the bubble is on? God, something is wrong. And I'm still thinking that bubble is on the other button. I should just switch them. Like I said, I'm generally fine with taking a little bit of a speed hit. There we go. Okay, it's this room. Alright, not bad. Well, I mean, they just kind of put that right there for me. I'm not about to say no. And the Equester cap will offset that speed penalty. So now we're living large, but once again, there we go. Ooh. Oh, forgive me. That felt really weird. I don't know where that came from. I don't want any of that. But the boss room is right here, so yeah, should have just stayed here. Go away. I'm gonna attempt to just move forward. And yes, I am making a lot of noise right now, shifting around in my chair and readjusting my armrests. Alright, so there's a couple of questionable hits there, but in the end I still think I did alright. God damn it, I'm still confusing the bubble and the surge. There's really no reason I should be doing that. I should know better. Now, it doesn't sound like much, but trust me, 10 damage per bubble is pretty good. Alright. Just have a quick look here, see if there's anything that catches my attention. You know, like that. Alright, not bad. And yes, I know that only actually affects my signature, but trust me, that's still big. Beautifully done. Oh, you jerk. Okay, well that was just really bad on my behalf. Thank goodness I have a Silver Force here to help me out. Ow. God damn, I suck today. Why do I suck so bad? And I'm still thinking that the bubbles are on the opposite button. Okay, I'm going to have to do a run specifically to get my groove back, I think. And yes, I did win, but God, did you see how long it took me to actually nail him down and get a combo going? Like, I am out of it right now. Holy crap. Maybe I need to just force myself to get back to doing these in the morning instead of recording them at night. That way I don't have to worry about being worn out from work. But anyway, I did manage to do it. So thank you very much again to Mercurus for helping out with dropping a few build ideas. And if you guys are interested in seeing one of your build ideas brought to life, then either post it in one of the comments here on this video, or whatever video, I do tend to see them, or go to my Discord server, links to which will be in the description below, and drop an idea in the Wizard of Legend Build Ideas tab, and we'll just go from there. Like I said, I did change the robe from Fall to Avarice, but I think it ended up working out nicely in the long run. So again, if you guys have anything you want to see, please let me know. I do, of course, appreciate any build ideas you guys are willing to give me. I've had a lot of fun running them in the past, and even though I was complaining at first, this one ended up being pretty fun too. I think the problem is I'm just not in my groove. So hopefully in the next run or two I'll be back in my groove, and we'll just go from there. So thank you very much for spending your free time with me. Go ahead and like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. Leave me a comment, subscribe, bell, yada yada yada, and I will be seeing you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you. And if Cecil wanted to say goodbye too, you ready, Cecil? Goodbye! He's such a good bird. See ya.